aquaponics is a huge expanding market. It's getting very popular. On the commercial side, there's these huge systems and the millions of dollars. But also on the household side, it's especially becoming very popular. On the hobbyists, as well as there's Grove Labs. They are an MIT-based startup. They just started production. They raised $2 million on Kickstarter. They are marketing a furniture piece. It's very nice. Everything's encapsulated. You have an integrated app where you can see all kinds of data about your system, but they charge $4,500. So they're marketing to like the Boston professionals high end. There's also backyard do-it-yourself aquaponics, where online you can find tons of pictures, even plans about backyard systems. But they're kind of ugly. They're mostly non-energy efficient. Sometimes the parts can be hard to obtain and just very scattered. Like everything's all over the place, and you can't really tell what design is best for you. And they're also outdoor systems versus the indoor ones that most people are saying they want.
So we needed to find a sweet spot in the middle, somewhere way below the $4,500 mark, but a huge step up from the scrap together backyard systems. We needed an indoor, small, contained system that can grow vegetables year round. So we hit the whiteboards now that we had what our customers wanted and what we knew needed to happen. So here you can see fish tank on the bottom, plants on fish tank on the top, plants on the bottom. And it's all within 3 feet wide and 20 inches deep. So it can fit anywhere in your house, kitchen, living room, even your basement if you really didn't want it upstairs. And the way to do this, because we don't have the capacity at the moment to manufacture our own product, so we came up with the idea to search Amazon, which has great shipping policies 2-day if you have Prime, amazing customer service, and they have everything you need. So we looked through here and compiled a quick list of everything you possibly need for an aquaponics system. And we had a pretty good idea of one-click shopping. It's basically everybody in a do-it-yourself system is used to having to go to like Home Depot, make tons of trips to find all the parts that they need. But now we have one comprehensive list, a wish list, where you just click one button and it all arrives right at your house.
We also spent a lot of time consulting with experts because we were kind of out of our field a lot of times. So we talked to people who knew what they were talking about. We were able to take advantage of a lot of UNH professors, especially in biology, just learning from people about plants, what kind of plants we could grow in our system, how to maximize the harvestability in our system. We also talked with business professors a lot. Dr. Andrew Earl was a huge help, just bouncing ideas off of him a lot. We attended an online webinar. It's in the makerspace. We utilized that space a lot, the webinar and other things in designing. But we were able to talk with other aquaponics professionals interested in international development. Also, Seeds of Change. They're one of America's largest companies in the organic seed market, and we were able to connect with them through a UNH alum. And we were able to just talk with them, and they sent us a huge box of seeds. We can grow organic produce in our systems now, so that was a huge help. They also have a program where they support community gardens, and communities in need can apply for these grants, and some of them have actually expressed interest in aquaponics. So Seeds of Change has connected us to some of those people, even one in Brooklyn.
So one great thing about the Summer Seed Grant was that we had some flexibility in what we wanted to do. While we were diving into the business world of things, we were also taking a look at our pumps and our engineering side. One of the main challenges with our minimum viable product for our large-scale system was that the pump wasn't working. The flow wasn't quite where we wanted it to be. So we had to size a new pump for the fish tank. So in order to do that, we had to fit 4 years of engineering into 2 weeks. And just like 4 years of engineering, we had a lot of failures. We had to size a new pump, we had to install a new plumbing system, brand new pipes, wire the pump. Mind you, we're mechanical engineers, not electrical. And then we also had to fix some leaks, which are inevitable in any pump problem. So because of pumps, we went to Home Depot a lot. more than we care to admit. But some trips were a lot of fun, but most trips were very productive. And pictured on the left is Carlos, a guy who was so helpful to us that we decided to name the pump after him. And so here's our first test of our successful pump in action. So yeah, we had a very leaky part within the pump that was not supposed to happen. So we tried to utilize duct tape as any good engineer would. But it's very scary to admit that duct tape did not work. So we ended up ordering a new part by itself, waited for a few days and installed it. And then we finally had the pump working. So this video shows essentially what we really wanted out of the pump and our flow. We want our solids, the fish waste solids, to go around the tank and then drain down from the center. And so we were able to achieve that, and we were extremely excited. We ran some experiments to calculate some numericals on what kind of numbers we were working with. And so comparing that to a published paper from Professor Ebling at Cornell, we were able to achieve better velocity, average rotational velocities, which was really, really incredible for us. And so with that, we were able to train Ethan on how to use experiments and how to use equipment like this, and hand the OASIS 2.0 to him.
Yep, so here I am. They didn't tell me that the leader of the project would be shoulder-deep in fish poop at the beginning, so, but I worked past that, because they provided an amazing opportunity for me. They taught me how to build an aquaponic system, maintain an aquaponic system, and everything about an entire system. So they also introduced me to all the key partners, business professors, sustainable agriculture, biology, and every single person needed for the year to come. But what I'm most excited about is they introduced me to the community in Costa Rica so that I can keep in contact with them.
Another new development for next year's team is a new logo. Last year, we had this great design designed by one of our students. It's pretty good for a student project, but it's not very professional to appeal to U.S. consumers. So we had some great help from Duncan, Craig, and Raka, and they taught us about marketing strategy and worked with us through a whole evolution of different logo designs. And we're really happy with our final result.
And with some heavy creative influence from Mark Kaplan and Joshua Sear, we came up with this. And at a quick glance, you see leaves on the top and fish on the bottom, the two main components of an aquaponic system. But if you dive deeper and you look at this in more detail, you see the leaves on the top represent sustainability of our project, and the fish on the bottom is really the life of it. In between, separating it, is the water. But this also demonstrates a symbiotic relationship of the entire project and system together. And we really feel like this is a crisp and professional looking logo for our future to come.
So now that we talked a little bit about our story of the Summer Seed Grant, let's take a detailed look at one of our business model canvases. We developed two business model canvases, one for the small-scale U.S. market aquaponic systems, and one for the large-scale developing nations and communities in need aquaponic system. So starting off with a small-scale system, our value proposition with this was to provide people with an affordable, do-it-yourself home aquaponic system that would allow them to grow organic produce throughout the year, no matter where they are, and while at the same time helping to feed a community in need. And our minimum viable product for this was our one-click Amazon shipping cart. Eventually we might venture down into manufacturing ourselves when we have the person power, but for now that's our value prop. And the customer segments with this scenario were our garden hobbyists who love to tinker and grow things no matter what time it is, aquarium owners who can easily retrofit our system within their aquariums, and so instead of just having an aquarium, they have an entire symbiotic system that grows fresh plants and vegetables throughout the year. Also homeschool families, because aquaponics provides a great learning opportunity to students and to parents of modern agricultural practices. And then the retirees who don't travel because they have a lot of time on their hands, am I right? Also, we wanted to look at the Seacoast community and our local market, especially the farmers market shoppers, because they showed a huge interest during our market research. And finally, middle class and middle plus class families that are interested in healthy living and sustainability and that have heard of UNH and the brand name of UNH will help attract them.
To accomplish all this, we need a few key resources. First are UNH students and advisors across all different majors. Students are great because they work for free, so we don't have to pay them. We also need a website where we can be able to advertise our one-click shopping from Amazon and be able to post our manual so people can access that. Publicity as UNH project from both UNH and local media will also be important. Looking at the revenue, we chose to go with a variable stream, pay what you want model, because after some research we realized that, especially since we're selling just the manual, the book that people can use to be able to assemble their kit and maintain their aquaponics system, especially in the book market, by using the pay what you want, you can actually achieve more revenue than a fixed price model. And what's even better is it increases your readership by a lot. And especially for us at this startup stage, just getting our name out there is most important. We'll also, on our website, be able to have the customers, if they want to, they can donate additional contributions to communities in need to pay for those systems. We'll also look at crowdfunding and eventually maybe even SBA 7A line of credit or venture capital.
And all of this really leads us to our ultimate goal, to feed communities